Hey, I'm Lisa.
Hey, I'm Randi.
And this is season 1, episode 6. Woo-hoo-hoo! Sometimes we talk about yoga.
And other shit.
And other shit. So today would be also the other shit.
Yeah, I think we need to do some piggybacking on what we talked about last week.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, well, we talked about setting boundaries for somebody after they've decided to move on, whether they've lost a job or relationship or something like that. And I was thinking about it, and our friend and I got to talking, and there was just one more thing I just wanted to share with her.
Okay, share it. By the way, this is Palo Santo that I am burning. It's cleansing, bringing about spiritual energy for us. Okay, go ahead. What do you want to share?
I want people to know that once you've decided to move on, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and remember who the F you are.
Okay.
You get it?
I do.
Have you had that happen to you?
I have had that happen to me. After you get snowballed and life can deplete you down.
Yeah.
And so you get knocked down, your self-esteem gets really low.
Yeah.
And so you feel like you don't know who you are. And us as women, we lose ourselves so much in situations with spouses, with kids. And so we lose ourselves in relationships because we're more of caregivers and we take care of people.
Yeah.
And so then, people tell you like, oh, you're this, so I look at you like this, but you don't feel it on the inside.
You can't even see it in the mirror.
You can't even see it in the mirror. You can't even really see who you are, like, for real. So then when it's time for you to step up into your greatness, like, even if you don't believe it, like, you have to keep saying it to yourself.
I love that. Step up into your greatness. That's like another way of saying, like, come into your power.
Yes.
And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, I want my friends or anybody going through that next part, like you've done the started to do the work, but I want you to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, male, female, whatever. I'm gonna say that what I say, but it's not gender specific. But I want you to be able to look in the mirror and be like, I'm a bad bitch, and mean it and know it, like in your heart. And for me, to share that I've been through some things in relationships, in my marriage, and at some point, like, you feel like things happen to you, like they're done to you, or you're like just kind of along for the ride, and you have no control over the things that have happened. Maybe you didn't make decisions, and so you're just feeling the brunt and the consequences of someone else's decisions. And at some point, you start to forget who you are. Like, you forget, because I'm in my role. I'm a mom, and I'm a wife, and I'm a spouse. And then at some point, I wasn't working, so I was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And so my identity was kind of like tied up into, oh, what did your husband do? And that fucking sucked.
Right.
Especially that's not who I was, but I was turning into that. And at one day, I just had to shake it off. I don't even know what my aha moment was, but one day I literally looked at myself in the mirror and was like, you forgot who you were. Yeah. And it's almost like Jay-Z, like, allow me to reintroduce myself.
Yeah.
Like, so one of the things that I did, this is where yoga came in for me. Yoga helped because I started working within.
Right.
And then because I started working within, I was able to look at myself in the mirror. I've never been a vain person, but I always knew I was fly.
Right.
I'm not vain about it, but you know. But at one point, I wasn't even looking at myself in the mirror. Like, I just do my hair, put on my clothes, and like I just
in and out.
Yeah. And then where I started taking yoga in South Florida is all mirrors in the studio.
So you had to see.
But even it took me a long time to see.
Wow.
Like, I'd be in front of the mirror and avoiding looking at myself.
At yourself. Because you didn't like what you saw.
I didn't even want to see what I was seeing.
Yeah,
it wasn't that I didn't even like it. It was that I didn't want to, I don't know if I was ready to see. Maybe I wasn't who I thought I was going to be.
Right.
And so maybe I was thinking I was going to see a disappointment. And that happens when you've lost something. And so what happens when a divorce or loss of a job, I feel like you've lost a little bit of yourself. And I think...
So then you have to tap back into who you are.
Yes.
So that's the thing, to tap back in. So I've lost myself in this friendship, in this relationship.
In this job.
In this whatever. So now I have to get back and ground myself and figure out, who am I in life, and what is my purpose here on the planet, and what am I here to contribute, and why did I go through this, and how do I learn from this situation?
Yes. Yeah. All of it.
Okay, I feel you. Yes, I get that.
And so I think even I think a lot of women listen to our podcast, but I do know a lot of men benefit from it as well. And so when I say things in a gender specific way, I hope that you listeners can flip it and say that can apply to me, even though she's saying she
Absolutely.
or her or women or whatever. But the first thing that I started doing, this is so stupid. I started wearing red lipstick to class.
Because it made you feel strong?
I don't know. It was one of those things that I never wore red because I thought it didn't match my skin color or made me feel a certain way, or maybe it was too bold. And then I picked up a red lipstick and I was like, I'm going to wear red lipstick to exercise in. And it was Tracy Ellis Ross's Instagram, because she shows off her workouts and she always wears MAC Ruby Woo and the cherry lip liner to work out. And then she was like, because if I'm ugly and sweaty and everything else, I could look at myself in the mirror and I still got my bomb ass lipstick on and I'm so still like a little cute, right? So I started doing that. I started doing some other stuff. You have to date yourself, I feel like. I enjoy going to eat by myself. I enjoy going to the movies by myself. I've been on trips by myself out of the country. But there was a time where I wouldn't have been confident enough to do that. And I think that you have to do those things to remember who you are. So I feel like the next part of that moving on is remembering who you are. And like you said, building up on that experience. Don't wear the scarlet letter and say, this happened to me. I lost this job. I've been fired, or this friend left me. And that is your...
that becomes your identity.
Ugh.
But it's not your identity.
We talked about that in the first one.
The identity is not the ex-wife.
It's not the thing that happened.
I used to work for, or so-and-so and I used to be best friends. You have a whole new identity inside that either needs to come back, or you need to build or / rebuild to be back and strong in who you are. Okay. I like it. Yes, I'm going with that. And on top of that, I don't know, I always tell people, this particular friend we're talking about, to take care of themselves with their body. So whether it's like you get massages, you know, that a lot of times the key word, I think they say self-care. Like self-care. Now. So whether it is, you know, keeping your hair done, keeping your hands and your feet done. Keeping your facials, keeping your body small, together. But it's not.
And some people would feel like that's indulgent.
And no, none of that is indulgent.
No, it's not.
No, it's not indulgent. So if it's the massage therapy, the hair, the body treatments, the hand and the nails, and even keeping yourself healthy, putting healthy foods in your body, and working out, not being comfortable in an unhealthy state or an unhealthy body.
That's the thing. I think you got to commit. You ever you heard this term revenge body?
No, what is that?
So a revenge.
Where are you getting this shit?
I don't know. I just listen. I read everything. I probably watch too much TV. But
I'm gonna keep doing this call. Let's not talk. Go ahead.
That's okay. So a revenge body is like a couple breaks up. And maybe the wife had gotten comfortable, or even the man had gotten comfortable, a little soft, and they break up, and the person starts to focus on themselves. So they go to the gym. They want to focus on something else, so they make a point to go running, or they go do something physically. And so 6 months later, you run into them.
So that's called a revenge body?
It's the quote unquote term, but so that's like a revenge body. So even if it wasn't intentional to get revenge on the person, but it's like it's my snapback. It's my snapback. And so the beauty of it is that if you start working on the outside, something's gonna happen on the inside.
It's gonna change on the inside,
right?
Yeah, it is. And because just even when you work out anyway, it makes those happy hormones like go through your body, so you'll just start to feel better.
Are those the endorphins?
Yeah, whatever. I don't want to say the wrong words, you know. So but something makes you happy.
It's a chemical.
It's a chemical. So from the depression or from whatever, when you start to run or do whatever, you just start to feel like, woo, I just feel better. And then after you work out, then you just want to eat better.
You want to eat better,
and then you just want to take care of yourself better.
Your skin starts glowing.
Yes.
You start glowing from the inside out.
Yeah.
So I wrote down some things like that I would tell our friend, or that have worked for me. So before Tidal and SoundCloud and all these other a playlist, like people used to do mixtapes and stuff like that, but there were certain CDs or certain songs or certain musical energies that got me through those. I say make a playlist. What do you think about that? Like making a playlist like of empowering. It could be cheesy, or it could be hood as fuck. It could be something that gets you feeling like
rejuvenated.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've only listened to playlists. Okay.
As a yoga teacher?
No. One, as a yoga teacher, but I've only really listened to songs like that, like if I'm totally depressed. So if it was like Mary or Sade, like back in the day.
Oh, that's true, because Mary J. Blige can put you
Mary
in that, like...
and Sade, so when I was always going through it, like, I would play them. So this is the reverse that. So I
yeah,
so right,
don't play...
I'm not thinking about it like that. Now I have to come back,
or
like...
Or if you play Mary, play
Destiny's
that
Child.
I'm fine.
Yes.
You got to play the things that get you in the mode
in that space to grow.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. Playlist.
Okay. So we talked about dating yourself, right?
Yes.
So one of the things that I have done, have you ever cut your hair?
Yeah.
After a breakup?
No, not after.
See, I have multiple times.
Why?
For me, it is almost natural to want to like shed, and that is one way. Like, I've never been attached to hair. Like, I've never been one of those people like, I gotta grow my hair out. And I'm like, no, cut this shit. So when there's been like an emotional anything for me, the first thing, not all the time, because I know people will start looking at my pictures and be like, so girl, every time you had a bob, you was going through it.
Right.
No, I like my bob. But sometimes it was, get it off.
You just cut it.
Get it off. And so I know a lot of people, I did look this up today. This was funny because there is a quote by Coco Chanel that says, a woman who cuts her hair is about to change her entire life. And I love that quote. So when I was reading about it, I wanted to know like the percentage of women that cut their hair like after a breakup or after something major.
A major change in life.
Yes, because you just want it's like the DNA or the memory of whatever it is.
It's in there.
It's in there.
So you want to cut it out.
It's like you taking control. You're getting rid of that. And it's like fresh start. But there is a whole hashtag, and everybody, if you look it up, it is funny as shit to me. But there is a hashtag on Instagram, on Twitter called breakup hair. Breakup hair, breakup haircut.
Really?
And it is 100% women.
Okay.
Who have, some of them have before and afters, but some of them, it's just a drastic change to release some old energy.
Okay, okay.
And I didn't know the breakup hair was a thing, but I know that I have physically cut my hair, like, just cut it off.
Well,
remember Waiting to Exhale?
Yeah, I remember. Yes. Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
That Angela Bassett was in there, wasn't she?
She cut the whole thing off.
She did. She went to right, because her hair was like really, really long going down her butt. Yeah, okay.
So, the other thing, and if you don't want to cut your hair, you don't want to change your hair, do you ever like just come in your house and move furniture around?
Yeah, change your environment. Okay, change the situation. So you don't have to go
like spend money and buy furniture or buy things, but you could buy a couple pillows. You could just spruce things up. And also look at your wardrobe. Like, I love black clothes, but I do know that if I fall into that too much dark, that I have to switch it up.
Yeah.
So if you find yourself like, some people will say black is my favorite color, and that's perfectly fine, but lighten it up.
Right.
Throw some brightness in there.
Bring some color. Okay.
Yep. So this is the hippy dippy in me. Spend time in nature. Alone.
To move on. Okay, so then I'll go, well, it's snowing here in Detroit. So what do you do if it's snowing?
Put on a damn coat and some boots and go outside.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Okay, what if you can afford to fly down to Arizona or Florida?
Okay, I mean, that's more doable.
See, I don't have a choice. I have a dog, so I got to be out in nature every day.
Right, you
multiple times a day.
Which I don't understand because you have a backyard.
He's annoying. He barks up the neighborhood. I gotta exercise him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, you better get out in the backyard and do like 5-10 laps,
like
and I'll bring you back in. No, I'm serious.
But he doesn't do that. You've met my dog.
No. Okay. Okay.
So, like you said, exercise. Make time for yourself.
Yes.
Find a hobby. Or do something that you always in your previous life were afraid to do. Or you talked yourself out of something.
Okay.
Like people have said, I wanted to try yoga or I wanted to go to a Pilates class, but I've been afraid of blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Try something new.
Do it.
So once you shed whatever it was you shed, or had whatever loss that you had, then you come back, you reintroduce yourself, and you start by reintroducing yourself, by reintroducing these new things into your life.
But it's not just a one-time introduction. Like, I think before
you talked about it, like making it a habit.
And you talked about like the things that you say to yourself, your
affirmations.
mantras, your
yes. So yes, with those affirmations to get you going and to look yourself in the mirror. And it was interesting enough that it was a yoga student at class yesterday, and she had said that she was reading this book, and it's like about 108. It's 108 days to get your life back. I don't know exactly what it is, but the first one was about her first affirmation was I love my body or something. And so when I said, well, what was your affirmation? She said, I love my body.
But she said it like that.
She said it's so shitty, right? And so I looked back and I said, did you mean that? Like,
I don't believe you.
I don't feel like you meant that.
You need more people.
And she said, I
don't believe you.
I'm trying. So it's one of...
Oh, but she's doing it.
But she's doing it. She's trying.
Okay.
So even with the affirmations like, I can let go, I forgive you, I forgive myself, I can move on.
I deserve love.
I deserve love. I am love.
The perfect job is available to me.
The perfect job is available to me.
And I will find it.
Yes. My perfect mate is coming to me. My perfect friend will arrive when they need to arrive. Like all
and
of those
I am
things,
a great friend.
I am a great friend. But you have to look at yourself in the mirror and you have to keep saying it until you believe it.
Did you watch that show? I didn't watch it. That BET show with Gabrielle Union. I think it was Mary Jane or something like that.
Nope.
I think it was Mary Jane. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Something Mary Jane. But I do know she used to put Post-it notes all over her house and bathroom mirrors, and that was one of her things. Yes.
Yeah.
Of daily reminders of herself, of
Right, of what?
Yeah.
No, and I'm with that. Like that's true. Like if you put it up, if you see it, if you constantly say it to yourself, then it will start to change.
It becomes a habit.
It becomes a habit, and you'll start to change from the inside out. Also, your solar plexus chakra, which is like right at the top of your abdomen.
What color is
deals
that one?
I think is it orange? I think it's
yellow.
Orange. Is it yellow?
Yellow.
Maybe the sacral is orange. The sacral is orange. So
it's
is it yellow? And it deals with your self-esteem. You know, and so if you feel weak, you're not able to move on. I had a client earlier this week where that was an area that was weak on her. Like, you don't feel so strong. A lot of times if it's overactive, you got like this big ass ego and stuff that you're carrying around, but not an ego like that. But if it's weak, you just don't feel this oomph.
There's no confidence.
Yeah, inside of you that you need to go on. So I love myself. I love my body. I am strong. I am beautiful. Whatever it is that you need to say that you might not even believe, but until you can believe it.
I believe in that.
And then like eating yellow, bananas,
wearing yellow,
which
you know what?
For girls, like bras, panties.
Intrinsically,
for guys,
I've been
whatever
wearing this golden color for the past year and a half. I've been picking it up everywhere, like that mustard golden seal color. Like, and I've never been attracted to that color
before.
Right, and I've been wearing a lot of that. I love it.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of Beyonce versus Sasha Fierce.
Okay.
So what you were saying was repeating it until it comes on the inside and you become it. So years ago, she used to say that her performance was her alter ego named Sasha Fierce.
Okay.
And that was her outlet to be sexy, to be extra energetic, to sing at her full power, to not be shy, to be vocal, to be a feminist. And then eventually, I don't know what year, whatever, even though I love her, I'm not that I'm not a stan in terms of I can't quote years and stuff like that. But eventually, she said she killed Sasha Fierce. And it wasn't so much that Sasha Fierce died. The shy Beyonce and the Sasha Fierce melded together, and she became who she is. So she came into her power. But until she could do that, she used to almost like a costume. She put it on.
You got to put it on each day because you got to figure out, okay, now I have to walk into this space and be who I am right here.
So I advise people going through it, because we also have another yoga student who recently lost a job. I advise her to just get in her, like, whatever her Sasha Fierce is.
Step into
that until you believe it.
Yeah.
Like, just be that until your inner King James, your inner, like, superpower.
Yeah.
Do that. The other thing, and this relates only because it's one of my favorite books to read every now and then and to give as gifts. The 4 Agreements.
Yes.
So for people who don't know what the 4 Agreements is, it's a book that it's the simplest read. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz, and the 4 agreements are, and I don't know if I'm saying them in the right order, but the first one is don't take anything personally.
Right, because we do.
And Lisa tells me this shit all the time.
Right.
Don't take that shit personal. Like it's not about you. It never is about you. So that's the one. Don't make assumptions. I think is the second one.
Because we always assume.
Everything is an assumption.
You assume and you create these stories and these movies that don't even exist.
And with that, assumption is not just about assuming a thing, or you assume responsibility.
Yes.
So for our friends who are going through a divorce or breaking up, don't assume responsibility or blame or rationale or reason for what another person
has done. Yeah.
Take that, drop that. Just like a cloak, drop it off. Don't assume that responsibility.
Right. That has anything to do with you.
Because with that comes like humiliation and fear and anger.
But it's hard not to have those things on you.
No, it's totally hard.
When you've been with someone or been in a situation or whatever it was for a long period of time, you automatically think like, hey, this is it. This is the moment. And this all falls on me.
So, and that's where I feel like putting it in a hypothetical situation. So if someone is getting a divorce because of infidelity, right? Male or female, the person who was betrayed automatically feels the fault. Like, I was betrayed because of something, right? Something that I did. Don't assume that guilt, responsibility, that other person shit. But it takes a long time. I feel like it takes a lot of therapy, a lot of self-help books, a lot of podcasts, a lot of reading the 4 agreements over and over again, just to realize that as much as you feel like you're impacting somebody else's life, the things people do have nothing to do with you. They don't.
And so you do really, really good, like, with your research and your list and everything. And I got to figure out this. And I just don't have all that energy to do all that.
But you already have it inside.
I know, but I have it inside. But I mean, I'm just like, yo, come on, let's go. Like, shake this shit. Like, I mean, all of this is so much, you know, and my brain only holds a certain amount of information, like at a certain period of time. Whereas though it's like woo woo, like I'm dragging through the mud and it's like the trenches and woe is me and woe is me. Like, I just need you to know this is life.
This is life.
Stuff happens. This was bad.
Go
cry. I'll give you about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and it takes people longer than that.
Yep. I know that so this is the part where I say that it's hard for me.
For you to digest.
It's hard. It's not hard for me to digest. It's just that I'm going to need you to move on. Because this is life. This is the big picture of life. This was just this part of life that had you jacked up.
And what can you learn from it?
What did you learn from it? Get what you learned. Put on your sexy bra and panties now, and let's go. So
go get your hair done. No.
Let me just show. Let go of the book. Randy's book of research, right? Where it's compiled. Will she let me show the book?
It's a rose quartz.
It's a rose quartz.
It's all love.
This book is filled with so much information. But it's good information. It's good, really good information. But then it's kind of like,
well, okay. The next 2 agreements. 3, always be impeccable with your words. So mean what you say what you mean.
Mean what you say what you mean.
Always do your best.
We didn't have to rush through them. Because that just happened. Yes, mean what you say what you mean, be impeccable with your word, and then go through whatever trial you went through in life, cry it out, and get the fuck up. Like,
and get up for real.
Get up for real. And like, let's go. And like, I know you're...
Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm a bad mother. Shut
See, so
your
that's
mouth.
that's the thing that I feel like people need to know. Like, walk in who you are. Don't let this one situation or however many situations beat you down. Like, you've got to be stronger than that.
Yeah.
Don't be weak. And in a lot of these situations, when I talk to my
It
friends or
weakens
talk
people.
to other
It breaks
people,
them all
it's
the way
like
down.
they get so weak. I'm like, you're too weak. Like, we are better than this. Get up and let's go. Like, what's next in life? So this is good. So let's body scrub this out.
So this is what
facial this out.
they need that. They need that.
And then they need to
So-
call you.
No. So wait. So this is what happens in yoga class, because people go to Lisa's class because they need the beat down.
Is that what this is called? Okay, I'll take it.
But like we say this, right?
Yeah.
And then they feel like they'll come to my class for the hug, right?
Oh, Randy.
But then we had a schedule shift this week.
And so then the girl tells me when she sees me when I walk in class, no, I thought this was Randy's class. No, I don't want your class. I thought it was Randy. And I busted out laughing and told her, well, I'm going to teach the same not the exact same style, but I'm going to teach a slow class, not a fast one. So you're absolutely right.
And then on Thursday, when I taught the faster class,
yes,
the one student looked at me like I had an out-of-body experience. She was like, who are you? And
because
what you do
you
with
were
your
supposed
class?
to be teaching your class like really, really chill.
My gentler class. And she
Right.
was like, who are you? She felt like she had been bamboozled.
I know, hoodwinked even. But that is
Led astray.
Even us, Randy kept saying, oh, we got to do this podcast today. We got to do this podcast today. We got to close it out. I was like,
She was done with it last
I'm
week.
like, look, there's nothing to close out. We said everything the week before. Like,
We did.
That's it. Like,
We did.
Get up. And she was like, there's got to be some closure. Yeah, I know I don't care about closure. So
It wasn't even so much
it was
closure.
okay.
It's an addendum. It's an addendum. Like, you're done. Move on. But don't move on in dowdy clothes and no makeup, or I don't care if you don't wear makeup. Put
Okay,
some
so move
Vaseline
on
on your
with
face,
brows, with
Yeah,
mascara,
yeah.
with lashes, with lipstick, with whatever
matching
it
panties
is,
and bras.
with just matching panties and bras. Just get up. No more wallowing. I don't
No more.
wallow. I don't wallow.
No.
Okay.
We're not gonna wallow.
No. And then take some Palo
Palo
Santo.
Santo. What are some chakra raising? Am I saying that right? Raising your vibration through your chakras.
Raise your vibration through your chakras. Yeah.
That people who need this get up.
Get up. Well, your solar plexus is your self-esteem. So that would be, again, yellow, and telling yourself, where like, I am great. I feel great. I'm stepping into my greatness. I'm whole. I'm healed all by myself. Nobody makes me. You know, whatever these things that you are to say to yourself to convince yourself, like, ooh, it looks like it's a lot of smoke. But whatever you have to say to yourself to get to it so you feel strong, what is those empowering things that make you feel strong? Like yesterday I said, in yoga, the girl didn't want to go up into a headstand.
Right.
Not that she couldn't go up into a headstand.
The fear.
She didn't want to go up into the headstand. So then after I explained, we go up into headstands because we have to move through this fear. So that way when you get off of your mat, then you won't
You're
stop
challenged,
yourself.
right?
Yeah, and you'll walk through life and not be scared or fearful.
Because life will turn you upside
Because
down.
life will turn you upside down. So you need to get into something that's going to make you feel stronger. So if it's not yoga, maybe it's boxing. Maybe it's something where you feel like, oh, like I got my strength back in that. And as far as your body and your affirmations, like submerge yourself. Go floating. Like all your chakras aligning, shining up like at a float place to just
float
let
therapy.
it go. Let it go and rise up to the occasion. Then it's clearing all of those and your self-esteem, and say that, like, I love myself, I forgive you, letting go of those letting go of those past pains, those past hurts, and then move on.
Okay, so this will be the final episode in
Thank
season
God.
1 where we discuss
I thought you were going to say something like
moving on. This
yes,
will be
okay,
it. Like,
okay,
we're done with
yes.
this.
So, and it's going to be this is called Allow Me to
Reintroduce myself. So we
Yeah.
will be reintroducing ourselves next week with a whole other set of shit to talk about because we're done.
Good.
Bye.
Bye.